You're listening to DJ Moses, the motivated, obedient servant, energizing souls.
Black man with the keys in your hands, oh, you opened up the way for a new day. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Baba. Happy birthday to you. We love you always and forever, King.
Oh, thank you very much. Needed that. If I had to define myself, and people often ask me, what it is that I do, I would have to say that I am a bluesologist. And this is a scientist concerned with the origins of the blues. Like it's a science as soon as you see the ology on the end of it. This makes everything scientific. The way that I got my background and the things that make me qualified for this is that, first of all, I was born in Chicago. And before I moved to D.C., I've been living in D.C. now for about 10 years, but before I moved to D.C., I was certain that the only way you could get a head start on everybody else in terms of the blues was to be born in Chicago. It was like we went through Chicago about 6 weeks ago. They said it was 2 degrees and they was looking for them. So it's definitely the blues in Chicago. When I was 8 months old, I escaped bag and baggage to a town called Jackson, Tennessee. And Jackson, Tennessee, for those of you who do not know, is located about 85 miles east of Memphis. I was also about 50 miles north of Mississippi. There's nothing we could do about that. We thought about moving to town. Because they see, like when I was growing up, they used to have this old joke, says, what has 4 eyes and will never see? And the answer was always Mississippi. But most folks felt that Mississippi was the home of the blues. And when I was being raised down there, the people that we listened to on the radio, like the folks we listen to popular people now, were the bluesicians. John Lee Hooker, Earl Hooker, Jimmy Reed, Jimmy Witherspoon, Lightning Hopkins, B.B. King. These were the people everybody kept up with, and the blues was the music of the day. When I was 13, I moved to New York City, and I walked around for about 6 months like, I couldn't believe New York City, but they was zipping every which way simultaneously. So, but when you move somewhere, the first thing that you try to do is get in touch with the music, find out where the music is you're gonna be grooving on. So I set the radio up, turned all the way down to the right, over there where they keep the black people's music. That's just a coincidence. Everywhere you go, we be over in this corner here. Somewhere north of 13, you'll find. Turn it over there. And I couldn't find no black music. I could not find the blues. I was wondering what the hell was going on. I said, well, I come from Jackson, Tennessee, and this is New York. Maybe I need a longer radio. And B.B. King, I knew was right over there, over on the other side of 16. So I went out in the street, and I run into one of the brothers on the avenue, and I said, brother, look here, what's happening? Where can I find the blues? He said, well, hell, you don't have to do nothing, just stand here. New York City, you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes. Find the blues, it'll find you.
We're now in the mix. J Moses.
And in my lifetime, I've been in town where there was no freedom or future around. I've been in places where you could not eat or take a drink of water wherever you believe. And now that I meet you in the middle of a mountain, well, I'm reaching all out from within. And all I can think of are chapters in the scenes of all of the places we've been. I'm not such an old man, so don't get me wrong. I'm a late survivor, constantly strong. I've been to Mississippi and down city streets. I've seen days of plenty and nights with nothing to eat. But I'm not too happy about the middle of a mountain, so soon I'll be climbing again. All I can think of are chapters and scenes of all of the places we've been.
Ever feel kind of down and out? You don't know just what to do. Living all of your days in darkness, let the sun shine through. Ever feel it somehow, somewhere you lost your way? And if you don't get a help quick, you won't make it through the day. Or could you call on Lady Day? Could you call on John Coltrane? Now 'cause they'll wash your troubles, your troubles, your troubles, troubles away. Plastic people with plastic minds are on their way to plastic homes. No beginning, there ain't no ending, just on and on and on and on and on. It's all because they're so afraid to say that they're alone. Until our hero riding on his saxophone. Or could you call on Lady Day? Could you call on John Coltrane? Now 'cause they'll wash your troubles, your troubles, your troubles, troubles away.
Let's go.
Tune in and get your mind right. DJ Moses.
See that black boy over there running scared. His old man in a bottle. He done quit his 9 to 5. He take full time and now he's living in a bottle. See that black boy over there running scared. His old man got a problem. It's a bad one. He ain't done pawned off damn near everything. His old coming away to take for bottle. And don't you think it's a crime when time after time after time people in a bottle? There's people living in the bottle. Listen to me. See that sister, she was fine. Hope she's probably thinking wine in the bottle. She told me, oh man, committed a crime, he's doing time. Now she's hanging in the bottle. I seen her out there on the avenue all by herself. She sure need help from the bottle. I seen her, the man tried to help her. She just been on and eliminated the bottle. They turn to me, they ask me, Gil, don't you think it's a crime? No way. And time after time after time, people in the bottle. There's people showing up in the bottle. Give another good example. You see that in a Rico suit, that damn near blow this to the bottom. He was a doctor helping young girls along. If they wasn't too far, gonna have problems. But the defenders of the dollar eagle said, what you doing, man, ain't illegal. Now he's in the bottle, and now we watch him every day. He's trying to chase the pills away from the bottle. He turned to me, he said, man, don't you think it's a crime? Look, we in the bottle. There's people showing up in the bottle. Come on, hit the lick one time, stick. Don't you think it's a crime? Look, we in the bottle. I take your little secret. If you ever come and look at me, you know where I'm bound to be in the bottle. Turn around. Look around on any corner. If you see something looking like a goner, it's gonna be me. Sing the song. Na 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 $1.09 a bottle of wine. $1.09 get a bottle of wine. $1.09 get a bottle of wine. $1.09 get a bottle of wine. The bottle. Yeah, all that I'm concerned about is the bottle. It can turn me inside out of a bottle. All I want, all I want, all I want, all I want, since I'm sitting on the bottle.
Tune in and get your mind right with DJ Moses.
We'd like to go into a thing called Ain't No New Thing. It's based on the fact that white people continue to rip off black artists. They continue to steal their material, their styles, very cultural elements to make these black artists the outstanding artists and masters of music that he has been. And it ain't no new thing, to tell the truth, that these things are going on. We point out very expressly the fact that Stanley Crouch comments on his album Ain't No Avalanche for No Niggas Tonight that Chuck Berry was doing like a very heavy thing, a very heavy rock and roll thing, the king of rock and roll as a matter of fact. But like white people couldn't dig having their daughters go to no shows and cream over no black man wiggling on the stage, so consequently they invented Elvis Presley and let him do it. So we want to get into that, call it Ain't No New Thing, and talk about some people. Cultural rape and no geographical boundaries on white hate, and bizarre, scarcely concealed attempts to eliminate black generators of sun heat feeling. Ain't no new thing to see demon fangs curling out from under squeezed tight, too thin lips and leaping at jugular veins in burning black throats that either blow or sing or cry or scream. Ain't no new thing to see the bubbling envy flashing from the depths of soulless eyes that still another link with God is created. We used to having white people try to rob us. Why don't they try stealing some of this poverty? Ain't no new thing. Anything they can't understand, they try to destroy. Anything they can't understand, they try to control. In 1896, black men picked up brass instruments and began to evoke and conjure, entice and struggle with black spirits. Rhythmic spirits of blues, work songs, gospel songs, freedom songs, and songs of love of Mother Night. Screaming rhythm, juju, rhythm, voodoo, rhythm, black magic that calls back to lost worlds and lost lifestyles, calling back to lost peace and peace of mind, calling back to Genesis, calling back to the drum, calling back to the drum, calling back to the first song chant that original man created. In 1896, this new spasm was called ass, but the ass would not be kicked. So it was copied in an attempt to control it, and then it was called jazz. We used to having black innovators copied and sent back to us. What about the Osmond Brothers? What about Elvis Presley? What about Tom Jones? We used to having people try to rob us. It ain't no new thing. They use the media to project their jazz idols. Tommy Dorsey and Jimmy Dorsey and Harry James and Benny Goodman, and I suppose someday Lawrence Welk will join that elite group. And then there was sweet Bessie Smith laying on the blood-soaked backseat of that broken-down jalopy with a tattered quilt wrapped around her shoulders, waiting for someone to come to her aid on a rainy Mississippi night, while a white hospital will not accept her right across the street. Ain't no new thing. Fast Navarro streaming through tormenting dreams, frustration ripping at his mind and bowels. Over 100 pounds melted from his frame as he battled that white powder mountain. Ain't no new thing. Cultural rape and no geographical boundaries on white hate hides black musicians away in funky smoke-filled nightclubs, the chitlin circuit. Saturate their worlds with two-bit punks, washed out baggy-faced white whores, weasel-faced yellow-skinned junkies, and cutthroat white managers, producers, agents, owners, and on and on and on. We used to having white people try to rob us. Ain't no new thing. We have dug his game. Charlie Parker will live on. John Coltrane will live on. Eric Dolphy will live on. Billie Holiday will live on. Jimi Hendrix and Clifford Brown and Lee Morgan will live on. And on in the sunshine of their accomplishments, the glory of the dimensions that they added to our lives. We declare war on Eric Burden. We discredit the talents of Janis Joplin and Rare Earth. We urge that the next Blue-Eyed Soul group include Melvin Laird, Lyndon Johnson, Nixon, and Spearhead Agnew, and be called As the Stomach Turns. We urge that the album John Wayne Sings the Blues be released. Release the album J. Edgar Hoover sings James Brown. Release the album Wallace and Maddox sing Sam and Dave. Why not? We hear Tony the Tiger sing Right On, Tiger. We heard Nixon talking about power to the people. It ain't no new thing. 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 America is always the same old shit.
Yes, world. Learn from the son of God. 360 degrees, and as new worlds emerge, stay alert, stay aware, watch the eagle, watch the bear. Earthquaking, foundation shaking, bias breaking, new day making change. Accumulating, liberating, educating, stimulating change. Tomorrow was born yesterday. From inside the rib or the people cage, the era of our first blood stage was blotted or erased or TV screen empty-faced. Remember, there's a revolution going on in the world. One blood of early morning revolved, one idea of our tomorrow. Homeboy, hold on. Now more than ever, all the family must come together. Ideas of freedom and harmony, great civilization. Yesterday brought today will bring tomorrow. Leon, fast lane, brother, you were yesterday when dreams of karma and life still live. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be once again. Earthquaking, foundation shaking, investigating yesterday. I was wondering about our yesterdays and digging through the rubble. And to say the least, somebody went to a hell of a lot of trouble to make sure that when we looked things up, we wouldn't fare too well and we would come up with totally unreliable pictures of ourselves. I compiled what few facts I could, such as they are, to see if you could get a little bit of light. That's what I got so far. At first, white folks discovered Africa and claimed it fair and square. Cecil Rhodes couldn't have been robbing nobody, cause hell, there wasn't nobody there. White folks brought all the civilization, wasn't none around. How could these folks be civilized when wasn't nobody writing nothing down? To prove all their suspicions, well, didn't have to wait too long. They discovered there were whole tribes of people in plain sight with no clothes on. That's right. The women, the men, the young, and the old righteous folks covered their eyes. And no time was spent considering their time. And hell no, it just wasn't civilized. Another way they knew the folks were backwards, or at least this is how we were taught, is that unlike the civilized people of Europe, these tribal actually fought. And yes, there were some rather crude implements, and yes, there was primitive art, and yes, they were masters of hunting and fishing. Courtesy came from the heart, and yes, there were medicine, love, and religion, and tribal communication by drum, but no paper and pencils and other utensils, and these folks never even heard of a gun. So this is why the colonies came.
stabilize the land. The dark continent had copper and gold, and the discoverers had a plan. They would discover all the bases with promise and didn't need no leases or deeds. Then they'd appoint people to make everything legal, sanctioned, strictly free. And when the natives got restless deep in the jungle, we would call it guerrilla attack. And never described it. Folks finally got wise and decided that they would fight back. Still, we are victims of word games. Semantics is always a bitch. Places once called underdeveloped and now called mineral rich. And still we are constantly hounded with unity just beyond reach. Egypt and Libya used to be in Africa. They've been moved to the Middle East. There are examples galore, I assure you, but if interpreting was left up to me, I would swear every time this version ain't mine. That's why it's called his. Earth shaking, foundation quaking, bias breaking, new day making change.
It's not just music, it's music that cleans your soul. So get ready to be blessed and fill your soul with music. Moses.
Got to be some change. Got to pick a stand, got to understand every woman, every man out here really got to make some change. They say get just a little bit smaller every day. Brothers around the world, can you come out and play? Come blow your horn, come clap your hand, come play your drum. Need the music like the flowers need the sun. There ain't no convenient time. People swearing on the line, but the poor need us more than the sun will see a door. And we can change the world. Don't up change the world. Let's change this rhythm to the throbbing of unrest. Divide and conquer undermines all our success. Teaches everyone, rejuvenates the soul. Together, feel the essence of the rhythm taking hold. Music can really expand. How will we all understand? We have so much more to gain than the tokens we obtain. And we can change, so long to change the world. Got to believe, change the world. world. Got it in our hand. He can change the world. Got it in our hand. Got to believe. He can change the world. Got to believe. He can change the world. We can change the world. We can change the world. Got to believe. Change the world. Got to believe. Change the world. We need
It's not just music.
Hey, yeah, we're the same brothers from a long time ago. We were talking about television and doing it on the radio. What we did was to help our generation realize they got to get out there and get busy because it wasn't going to be televised. We got respect for you rappers and the way they freeway up. If you're going to be teaching folks things, be sure you know what you're saying. Older folks in our neighborhood got plenty of know-how. Remember, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be out there now. And I ain't coming at you with no disrespect. All I'm saying is that you damn well got to be correct. And if you're going to be speaking for a whole generation, and you know enough to try and handle their education, be sure you know the real deal about past situations, and ain't just repeating what you heard on the local TV station. Sometimes they tell lies from the truth of this guy. But the truth is, that's why we said it wouldn't be televised. They don't know what to say to our young folks, but they know that you do. And if they really knew the truth, why would they tell you? The first sign is peace. Tell all them gun-toting young brothers. The man is glad to see us out there killing one another. We raised too much hell when they were shooting us down, so they started poisoning our minds, trying to jerk us all around. And then they tell us they got to come in and control our situation. They want half of us on dope and the other half in incarceration. The ones they want dead ain't killed by what they instigated. They can put some dope on the brother's body and claim it's drug-related. Tell them drug-related means there don't need to be no investigation, or at least that's the way they gon' play it on the local TV station. All your 9mm brothers, give them something to think about. Tell them you heard that this is the new word. They got to work that stuff out. Because somehow they feeling the wrong way with a gun in their hands. They feeling real independent. They just pulling contracts with a man. I would tell you it's hopeless out there on the avenue, but if they really knew the truth, why would they tell you? If they look at you like you're insane and they start calling you scarecrow and say you ain't got no brain, or start telling folks that you suddenly gone lame, or that white folks have finally clocked at your game, or worse yet, implying that you don't really know. That's the same thing they said about us a long time ago. Young rappers, one more suggestion before I get out of your way. But I appreciate the respect you give me and what you got to say. I'm saying protect your community and spread that respect around. Tell brothers and sisters they got to calm that bullshit down, because we're terrorizing our old folks and we brought fear into our homes, and they ain't got to hang out with the senior citizens. Just tell them, damn it, leave the old folks alone. And we know who's ripping off the neighborhood. Tell them that BS has got to stop. Tell them you're sorry they can't handle it out there, but they got to take the crime off the block. And if they look at you like they think you're insane, or start calling you scarecrow thinking you ain't got no brain, or start telling folks that you suddenly gone lame, or that white folks have suddenly co-opted your game, or worse yet, saying that you really don't know. That's the same thing they said about me a long time ago. And if they tell folks that you finally lost your nerve, that's the same thing they said about us when we said Johannesburg. But I think you young folks need to know things don't go both ways. You can't talk respect on every other song or just every other day. What I'm speaking on now is the raps about the women folks. On one song, she's your African queen, and on the next one, she's a joke. And you ain't said no words that I haven't heard, but that ain't no compliment. It only insults 8 people out of 10 and questions your intelligence. 4-letter words or 4-syllable words won't make you a poet. It will only magnify how shallow you are and let everybody know it. And if they look at you like they think you're insane, or they call you scarecrow thinking you ain't got no brain, or start telling folks that you suddenly gone lame, or that the white folks have finally co-opted your game, or you really don't know, they said that about me a long time ago. If they finally start telling people that you lost your nerve, that's what they said about Johannesburg. You ain't insane. You have got a brain. You haven't gone lame. You have got your game. Remember, keep the nerve. Keep the nerve. Keep the nerve. Keep the nerve. Peace.
Tell me, brother, have you heard from Johannesburg? Tell me what's the word now. The woman, have you heard from Johannesburg? Tell me that our brothers over there are the fine man. And we don't know for sure because the news we get is on the Bible, man. Yes, I hate it when the blood starts flowing there. But I'm glad to see resistance growing there. Somebody tell me what's the word. Tell me, brother, have you heard from Johannesburg? So what's the word? Tell me what have you heard about Johannesburg? Tell me that our brothers are over there, the Jews are working the mine. They may not get the news, but they need to know we're on their side. Yeah, now, sometimes distance brings misunderstanding. Hey, but I did read in my heart, I'm demanding that somebody tell me what's the word. Tell me, brother, have you heard from Johannesburg? I know it's something happening, tell me what's the word. Sister woman, have you heard about Johannesburg? I know that they're struggling over there, that ain't gonna free me. Yeah, but we've all got to be struggling. And if we wanna be free, don't we wanna be free, somebody. We got to come together. Tell me that our brothers are over there, refuse to work in the mine. I may not get the news, but they need to know we're on their side. Yes, I hate it when the blood starts flowing, but I'm glad to see the sisters growing. Somebody tell me what's the word? So what's the word? So what's the word? So what's the word? So get it from the drum. So haven't you heard? You gotta get one. Somebody tell me what's happening in Johannesburg. The LA is like Johannesburg, New York is like Johannesburg. Freedom ain't nothing but a word, ain't nothing said. What's the word? Johannesburg. So what's the word? Johannesburg. So haven't you heard? Johannesburg. Somebody tell me what's happening in Johannesburg. You know it's like Johannesburg, Detroit like Johannesburg. Freedom ain't nothing but a word, ain't nothing but a word. you hear what they say? Did 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 you hear what they say? They said another brother's dead. They said he's dead, but he can't be buried. They said he's dead, but he can't be buried. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This can't be real. Did you hear what they said? Did you hear what they said? Did you hear what they said? They said they shot him in his head. Shot in the head to save his country. A shot in the head to save his country. Hey, come on, come on, come on, come on. This can't be real. Or did you hear what they said? Yeah, did you hear what they said? Did you hear what they said about his mother? Hey, how she cried. They said she cried 'cause the only son was dead. They said she cried 'cause the only son was dead. Woman, could you imagine if your only son was dead and somebody told you he couldn't be buried? Hey, come on, come on, come on, come on. This can't be real. 1972, an election year. Once again, black people are running for their lives. Reasons are things like the King Alfred Plan, the concentration camps that were used during the Second World War to house Oriental Americans are now being refurbished to confine their new residents, i.e. black people. Brothers and sisters, there is a place for you in America. This is the King Alfred Plan. Brothers and sisters, there is a place for you in America. Places are being prepared and ready night and day, night and day. The white boy's land is being ready night and day, night and day. Listen close to what raps say about traps like Allenwood, PA. Already legal in D.C. to preventively detain you and me.
How long you think it's going to be before even our dreams ain't free? You think I exaggerate? Check out Allen Wood, PA, and night and day, the white boy scheming night and day. The Jews and Hitler come to mind, the thought of slavery far behind, but white paranoia's here to stay, the white boys scheming night and day. What you think about the King Alfred plan? You ain't heard? Where you been, man? If I may paraphrase, the government notice reads, should there at any time become clear present danger initiated by any radical element threatening the operations of the government of the United States of America, members of this radical element shall be transported to detention centers until such time as their threat has been eliminated. Code King Alfred. Bullshit, I bet you say. There ain't no Allen Wood, PA, and people ain't waiting night and day, night and day, night and day. There will be, without the Motown sound and Thunderbird wallowing in the echoes of Malcolm's words, there must be black unity. There must be black unity, for in the end, unity will be thrust upon us, and we upon it and each other. Locked in cages, pinned, hemmed in, shoulder to shoulder, arms outstretched for just a crust of bread, watermelon mirages, an oasis that does not exist, conjured up by the bubbling stench, unwashed bodies and unsanitary quarters, concrete and barbed wire, babies screaming, stumbling around in a mental circle because you never cared enough to be black. In the end, unity will be thrust upon us, blanketed, stifled, a salty taste in your mouth from blood oozing from cracks in woolly heads, red pools becoming thicker than syrup flow down your face, birds matted by the life force sprung loose from wells deep by the enforcers of mock justice of the red, white, and blue. In the end, unity will be thrust upon us. Let us unite because of love and not hate. Let us unite on our own and not because of barbed wire death. You dare not ignore the things I say. Whitey's waiting night and day, night and day, night and day, night and day, and day, and day, and day, and day, and day, and day.
On a clear spring morning, there's not a cloud in the sky, and it's got me out here walking and waving to the ladies as they stroll by. And I ain't forgot for a moment all the things I need to do. But when I see that old sun shining, it makes me think that I can make it too. Yes, and all I really wanna say is that the problems come and go, but the sunshine seems to stay. And just look around, I think we found a lovely day. I'm gonna take myself a piece of sunshine and paint it all over my sky, yeah. Be no rain, be no rain. I'm gonna take the song from every bird and make them sing it just for me, yeah. Birds got something to teach us all about being free, yeah. Be no rain, be no rain. And I think I'll call it morning from now on. Why should I survive on sadness? Tell myself I've got to be alone. Why should I subscribe to this world's madness, knowing that I've got to live on, knowing that I've got to live on, knowing that I've got to live on. Yeah, I think I'll call it morning from now on. I'm gonna take myself a piece of sunshine and paint it all over my sky, yeah. Be no rain, be no rain. I'm gonna take the song from every bird and make them sing it just for me, yeah. 'Cause why should I hang my head Why should I let tears fall from my eyes when I've seen everything there is to see? And I know that there ain't no sense in crying. I know there ain't no sense in crying. Yeah, I think I'll call it morning from now on, yeah. I'll call it morning from now on, yeah. 'Cause there ain't gonna be no rain, be no rain, be no rain, be no rain from now on. I believe that the spirits are your parents and their parents and their parents and their parents, and they are in your bloodstream and they run through your body constantly because they want you to live on, because they want to live on. And they're trying all the time to tell you shit, and if you just spend a few minutes with yourself, you would hear them, 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 you would hear them.
DJ Moses, the motivated, obedient servant, energizing souls. Soul.